Okay, solving first problem. 2x plus 8 minus 4 times x plus 1 equal 7x plus 8. Alright, let's solve for x. First of all, we are going to distribute, right? This negative 4 by x by 1. So it's going to be 2x plus 8 minus 4x minus 4, negative 4 times 1, negative 4, equals 7x plus 8. Okay, what is going to be like term here? So 2x like term with negative 4x and 7x, 8, negative 4, and another 8. Okay, so let's see. 2x minus 4x, and moving this 7x on this side is equal, let me see, 8, moving this 8 on this side will be negative 8, and this negative 4 also on this side, it's going to be positive 4. So we are going to get 2x minus 4x, it's going to be 2x, negative 2x, negative 2x, negative 7x, it's going to be negative 9x, equal 8, and 8 is gone. We have here left only 4. So to get x, we need to divide by negative 9, and x is equal negative 4 over 9. Okay, question number 2. One over 5 4t minus 7 equal t plus 7 over 10. All right, let's see how we're gonna solve this problem. So 1 over 5, 4t minus 7 equal t plus 7 over 10. So when we multiply 1 over 5 times 4t minus 7, we're going to get 4t minus 7 over 5 is equal t plus 7 over 10. Yes? Okay. So bring to common denominator, we have 5 and 10. Common denominator is going to be 10. Therefore, 5 I have to multiply by 2. Therefore, here also multiplying by 2. 10 here stays the same, because we have common denominator already 10. So that's going to be equal, let's distribute these 2 times 4t, 2 times negative 7. It's going to be equal 8t minus 14 over 10 equal t plus 7 over 10. So we have 10 and 10 both at the denominator, so it will be gone, and we will have it 8t minus 14 is equal t plus 7. Alright, we are going to combine like terms, 8t with t, negative 14 with 7. Let's see what we are going to get. 8t, this t I'm moving on this side, will be minus t, and equal negative 14 I'm moving on this side, will be positive 14 plus 7. So 8t minus t is 7t, and we get 14 plus 7 is 21. So we divide by 7, and we get t is equal 3. Question number 3. Square root negative 14. Remember how we do it? We separate negative 1 times square root of 14. So square root of 14, nothing is coming out. So it's going to stay square root 14. And square root of negative 1 is I. Remember? Okay. We are done. Question number 4. Square root of negative 40 over square root of 8. Okay. We can never allow to have a square root in denominator. To get rid of it, we are going to multiply by square root 8 by itself, because square root 8, square root 8, if you multiply, you get 8. And the same thing you do here, square root 8. So, because whatever change you do to denominator, you do to numerator. What do we get? 8 will stay underneath, because square root 8 times square root 8, 8 will come out. And here we are going to have negative 1 times negative 40 and times negative 8. Times square root 8. So negative square root negative 1 times square root 40 times square root 8. So square root negative 1 is I. Now 40 times 8, it's going to be 320 over 8. Let's see what we can break into 320. So to get square root, let me think. 320, 16 times 20. Although we have square root of 16, it's 4, but 20 you can break down more and get more of it. The best combination is going to be 64 times 5. It's going to be 320. Why? Because 5 is a prime number, and square root 64, 8 will come out. So I will have 8i square root 5 over 8. So 8 and 8 is gone, and we get I square root of 5. If you can't figure out the right away the number, let's say for 320, you can go slow, no problem at all. Let's say, let me do it. 320, it's very common right away, comes out 16 times 20, right? Okay. So square root 16 is 4. Now we have left 20, correct? Okay, 20 we also thinking we can break down into 4 and 5, yes? Square root 4 is 2, which will be 4 times 2. And square root 5 underneath, so which will get 8 square root of 5, which we have here. See? Well, this I didn't put here negative, that's why. Okay? Well, we got the same result. So if right away you can't figure out, don't worry. You just go slow and you will arrive to the same answer. All right. Moving to next one. Question number 5. So 1 minus question number 5. One minus 6i minus 3 plus 4i minus negative 6 let me double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. 1 minus 6i minus 3 plus 4i minus negative 6 plus i. Okay, let's work. So this 1 minus 6i, we didn't even have to have parentheses. I don't know why the word problem put in parentheses, but I can, without any changes, with clean conscience, open these parentheses and won't do anything. Now the other one, 3 plus 4i, I'm going to change every single sign because in front of parentheses is negative. So it's going to be 3 was positive, become negative, 4i was positive, become negative. And then the other one also, negative 6 plus I in front of parentheses is negative. So negative 6 will become positive, and positive I will become negative. Okay, like terms, negative 6i, negative 4i, negative I. 1, negative 3, positive 6. Okay, negative 6i, negative 4i, it's going to be negative 10i, and negative I, it's going to be negative 11i. Yes, and available terms, 1 minus 3 is negative 2, negative 2 plus 6 is going to be positive 4. The format for the expression with I, it's working like this. Real number and then plus complex number. I is a complex number. That's why. So this 4 minus 11i is the correct answer. Moving to question number 6. So 3x plus 6 over 3 minus 4x over x minus 3, and it's equal x. Okay, first of all, we need to bring to common denominator. Yes, what is going to be common denominator here? We have 3 and we have x minus 3. Common denominator is going to be 3 times x minus 3. Okay, so let me start. 6 over 3 minus 4x over x minus 3. So if our common denominator is 3 times x minus 3, I have, for the first fraction, I have 3. So I'm missing x minus 3, yes? X minus 3 here, x minus 3 here. When you have expression like 3x plus 6, it's an expression because we have addition in between them. So you always have to put in parentheses. Otherwise will be like you are multiplying only 3x by x minus 3. Okay? All right. So x minus 3, second fraction, equal x, I forgot. So x minus 3, I need to multiply by 3, right? So this one also multiply by 3. But this x denominator is 1. Therefore, I am multiplying and dividing by full denominator. All right. Let's see what we have. X minus 3 times 3, x minus 3 times 3, x minus 3 times 3. Therefore, we drop it and we have x minus 3 times 3x plus 6 minus 4x times 3 is 12x and equal 3x times x minus 3. X times 3 will be 3x. All right. So, we need to distribute x minus 3 by 3x plus 6. Let's do it. X times 3x and x times 6. It's going to be 3x squared. And then x times 6, it's going to be plus 6x. Next one, negative 3 times 3x is going to be negative 9x. Negative 3 times 6 is going to be negative 18. Okay, minus 12x is equal 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 3, it's going to be negative 9x. All right. Let me clean this so it won't be too mess. All right. All right, so what do we get here? 3x squared. Actually, let me go ahead and cancel these two. Why? Based on what I dare to cancel like that, because you can look and say 3x squared, positive 3x squared, positive 3x squared. The reason is here between them is equal sign, so which means I have to move this 3x squared on this side. Oops. I have to move 3x squared on this side, which will become negative 3x squared, right? Therefore, 3x squared will be cancelled with negative 3x squared. And from here is shortcut. When you have same term, term on different sides of equal sign, you can cancel them. Just the same way, we have negative 9x here, negative 9x here. Now, don't get confused. We are cancelling because they are the same term on the opposite sides of equal sign. If you cannot take, let's say, cancel if you have negative 9x, negative 9x. You do not dare to cancel it. But it's a different story if you have negative 9x equal negative 9x. This you can cancel. Why? Let me go over it one more time. Because you have negative 9x, and once you bring this negative 9x on this side, it's going to become positive 9x. There will be 0 left. So there, and that's how it will be gone. Just doing shortcut and canceling right away when we see the same term on different sides of equal sign. Okay, what we have left? 6x negative 12x. It's going to be negative 6x. And I am moving this 18 on this side, which is going to be positive 18. Okay, and let's divide by negative 6. Divide by negative 6. So this is gone, and x is equal negative 3. Okay. Question number 7. So, what do we have? Eight absolute value, 8 minus 5x equal 5. Okay, if we take absolute value away, we will get 8 minus 5x is equal plus minus 5. Which means 8 minus 5x is equal positive 5. 8 minus 5x is equal negative 5, because absolute value, it can come out plus and minus. Okay, so let's solve it. Negative 5x is equal negative 8 plus 5. Here we'll get negative 5x is equal negative 8 minus 5, right? Negative 5x is equal negative 3. Here we get negative 5x is equal negative 13. We divide by negative 5. Negative 5. So negative 5 and 5, this is gone. And the answer we get, x is equal, since we have negative 3 divided by negative 5, it's going to be positive 3 over 5. And here we get x is equal positive 13 over 5. So the answer solution is going to be 3 over 5 and x 13 over 5. Okay. So moving to next question. Number 8. So y is equal to x minus 3 and we need to find out whether this relation is function. Okay, and then find domain and range. Is this a function? Remember what we decide to call the relation function. We need to make sure every x has only one y. So when we have here degree 1, when it's degree 1, there is nothing to think about. It is a function. Now domain. Domain, what values of x can have? Are there any restrictions? Restrictions usually for x pop up when we have division by x. Do we have division by x? No, we don't, which means domain, it's going to be negative infinity, positive infinity, meaning any number. And as a rule, when domain has negative infinity, positive infinity, range automatically has negative infinity, positive infinity. Okay. Moving to next question. Question number 9. Y is equal 3 over x minus 4. All right, what do we need to find? Decide whether relation is a function, and then again, identify domain and range. All right, although we have division by x, but it's still degree 1, yes? X has degree 1, y has degree 1, therefore we are dealing with function. But it's going to be different story with domain. Since we have division by x, then domain cannot be any number from negative infinity to positive. For domain, we need to write down that x minus 4 cannot be equal 0. Why? Because denominator cannot be 0, right? We cannot divide by denominator. So if x minus 4 cannot be equal 0, x cannot be equal positive 4. So domain is going to be anything but 4. So from here, we are going to write down from negative infinity to 4, because it's breaking at point 4, and from 4 to positive infinity. Parenthesis meaning 4 is not included. Okay, since x has break, then we have to check the range also, because range is also, as a rule, has break because of domain has break. And to remind you one more time, domain is the values of x that can have this equation. All right, range. We have y is equal 3 over x minus 4. See, x has x minus 4, that's why we took row down, x minus 4 cannot be equal 0. Now let's say the y doesn't have any term attached, plus 4, minus 3, or anything else. Therefore, we put what if y is equals 0? That's the only point we are going to check. Y is equal 0. If y is equal 0, what do we gonna get? 0 is equal 3 over x minus 4. So that means common denominator is x minus 4, right? So let me move this on this side. Okay. So we are going to bring to common denominator, it's x minus 4, here also x minus 4. So we can drop x minus 4, and we are getting 0 times x minus 4 equal 3. So 0 times any parenthesis, it's going to be 0, right? Therefore equal 3, and it cannot happen. Yes? Therefore at the point of 0, there is a break. So the value of range is going to be negative infinity to 0, and then from 0 to positive infinity. That's all. Moving to question number 10. So we have g of x is equal negative x squared plus 5x plus 3. Find and simplify g of negative 4. All right. We need to find g of negative 4. Well, g of negative 4 is going to be equal, instead of negative x squared, we are going to put negative 4 squared, right? Because this negative is this negative, okay? Plus 5 times negative 4, and then plus 3. So g of negative 4 is equal negative 4 squared is 16, so we'll get negative 16 here. And 5 times negative 4 is negative 20 plus 3. Okay, negative 16, negative 20, negative 36, and plus 3 will be negative 33. Okay, so how we read it? When x is equal negative 4, g of x is going to be negative 33. Number 11. All right, we have graph. Okay. So we are going to have this. From here we are coming going to take this. Okay. Okay. Oops. That's not what I wanted. All right. So what we're gonna do here, we need to find, let's say, f of negative 2. We need to find f of 1. We need to find f of 0. And we need to find f of 4. So f of negative 2, this is negative 1, this is negative 2, this is a negative 2, right? Then x is negative 2, y here is 0, right? So it's going to be equal 0. Next, f of 1. So where is our 1? Right here, right? 1. So if I move up, it's going to be 1, 2, 3.5, right? So we're getting 3.5. Okay? Next, f of 0. So when we have f of 0, our y is how much? 1, 2, 3, this is 4, right? So it's going to be equal 4. And f of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be equal 2. Okay. Next one. Question number 11. 12. So what do we have? We have graph. Okay. That looks like 1, 2, 3, let's say 4. So okay. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So what do we need to do here? We need to identify the where the graph is increasing, where graph is decreasing. Okay, let's go. Since numbers are moving from left to right, right? So we are going to look from left to right. So looking from left to right, we can say till point 1, it's going to increase, right? And then from 2 to 3, it's increasing. And then from 1 to 2 interval, it's decreasing. And from 3 to infinity, it's decreasing. So let's write down. So function increasing on the interval, and we write down interval of x, right? So it's going to be from where? Because it's coming from here. So it's going to be from infinity, because see the arrow have here, it's towards x is going to be infinity, just like y is going to be infinity. So it's coming from negative infinity till point what? 1, the point 1, because that's where it's changing, right? Blue on yellow, meaning that's when it's switching from increasing to decrease. So it's going from negative infinity to 1. Where else it's changing, increasing? So it's changing, beginning is right here, right? Let me see. Right here and coming till here, correct? So it's going to be from the value of x is 2, correct? Because the point of x point for it is 2. And it goes all the way to 3. Okay, that's where increasing. Now let's look at the decreasing. Where is decreasing? From this x equal 1 to x is equal 2, right? Yellow one. From 1 to 2. And then from 3, this is 3. Yellow line to infinity, positive infinity, because this side is positive infinity, this is negative infinity. So it's going to change from 3 to positive infinity. And there is no constant. Okay, we are done. Then moving to question number 13. So, if we have graph, that runs vertically, that's our graph. What can we say about slope? The slope for vertical line is undefined. Next, question number 14. We have f of x x plus minus x plus 11. Okay, we need to graph. Let's graph it. How we are going to graph? We always start with available term, right? Which is this one, Y-intercept. Plus 11, let's assume this is 11. Okay, our slope is what? 1. We need Y-intercept and slope, right? When slope is 1, which means we are taking 1 over 1, correct? Which means I'm going up by 1, and then to horizontally 1. So this is going to be my second point, and the graph is going to be like this. One more time. Why we have the slope, for the slope I went 1 up and then 1 to the right. This is 11. Because when our slope is 1, that means 1 over 1, yes? And so the number in numerator is running up and down. since it's positive, running up, and number in denominator running right and left. Since it's positive, it's running right. Okay? All right, moving to, now we need to find domain on this one. Okay, look algebraically, it's a degree 1, right, x, and look at the graph. It's there is no interruption, because when you have denominator you have x, that means you will have some interruption on the graph. So from the algebraically and graphing, your domain is going to be infinity, negative infinity to positive infinity. Why? Because algebraically x has degree 1, right? Here degree 1. And looking at graph, it's a smooth linear, smooth graph without break. Okay, so that's a domain. And the range, accordingly, we said if domain is negative infinity, positive infinity, accordingly range is also negative infinity, positive infinity. All right, so is this a function? Yes, it is a function. Question number 15. So we have in the standard form 3x minus 4y equal 24. We need to find slope, okay, and graph it. To find slope, we need to find how much y is equal from this equation. So negative 4y is equal negative 3x, right? Because we move this 3x on this side, will become negative, plus 24. And then we divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. It's gone. So y is equal, negative 3 divided negative 4 is equal 3/4, positive 3/4 of x, and 24 divided by negative 4, it's going to be minus 6. Okay, so this is going to be our slope-intercept format of the graph, of the equation. Now let's build this graph based on this slope and intercept format. Okay, we start with y-intercept 0, negative 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1 point already. And 3/4. So this is negative 6. We are going up by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here coming to 4. There we go. This is second point. So the graph looks like this. There we go. Question number 16. We need to write an equation for the line that goes through points 8 and 2, and m slope is equal negative 7. Okay, so slope is equal, already negative 7 is given. All we have to do, we need to plug in the form y is equal mx plus b. Okay, let's do it. So I'm writing down, this is my x1, this is my y1. So my y is 2, equal m is negative 7, my x is 8 times 8, and b I don't know, I'm going to find out. So 2 is equal negative 56 plus b, yes, and 56 I'm moving on this side, it's going to be 2 plus 58, I'm already adding in my mind, plus 56 is equal b. So b is equal 58. All right, once we have b is 58 and m is negative 7, so we need these two values, right, to write down in the form of slope intersect. We are going to get y is equal negative 7x plus 58. And we have it. Question number 17. B is equal 7, m is equal 8. So we need to write equation. Couldn't be easier. These two values when we have. So y is equal, m is 8, so it's going to be 8x, b is 7, so put 7. The same way, we didn't have b, so we did this calculation for this b. So here we are given b, we just plug numbers, that's all. Question number 18. Find the slope and y-intercept of the given line and graph it. Okay, we have 3y is equal negative 8x. To find slope, we need to write down in the form y is equal mx plus b. Yes, we need to write down in the format mx plus b. All right, so since we have 3y equal negative 8x, to find y, we have to divide by 3. This is gone. Y is equal negative 8 over 3x. Negative 8 over 3x, which means for intercept, since we don't have here any value, it's going to be plus 0. We don't write it, but to keep that in mind. So y-intercept going to be 0, and negative 8 over 3 is going to be slope. Let's draw the graph. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, even 8 this way. Let me do better. This way. Okay. So this will be easier. 1, 2, and we can count it. So we start with intercept 0. Here is our 0. So we are at the I'm taking slope, I'm taking 8 over negative 3. Because I want to go up, not down, by 8. That's why 8 taking positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have to go negative 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be your second point, and the graph is going to look like, oops, there we go. So we started with 0, because intercept is 0, moved up by 3 and came to the left by negative 3. All right. So what is our y-intercept? It's going to be 0, 0, yes? Okay. Question number 19. All right. So find the equation of the line that passes through point 1, 6 and perpendicular to 3x plus 5y equal 1. All right. So first of all, let's write down this equation in the form of mx plus b, which means 5y is equal negative 3x plus 1. We divide by 5 here, we divide by 5 here, divide by 5 here, and we are getting y is equal negative 3 over 5x plus 1 over 5, where negative 3 over 5 is going to be our slope, right? Since we have perpendicular, so for the other equation, perpendicular is going to be positive 5 over 3. It's reciprocal. Positive 5 over 3. Okay. So once we have it, slope, all we have to do now, find the value of b. How are we going to find the value of b? We have the point, right? x1, y1. So I'm going to write down my the form of y is equal mx plus b. So my y is 6. My slope is 5 over 3 times x. No, I'm plugging value of x also. Times x is 1 and plus b. Okay, so we get 6 minus 5 over 3 is equal b. 6 minus 5 over b is equal 5 and 3 over 3 minus 5 over 3 also fraction. Hold on, let me do it. 5 over 3, if I convert, it's 1 and 2/3, right? 5 over 3. So 5 divided by 3 is 1 times. Remainder is going to be 2, so this remainder comes in the numerator. Denominator stays same, 3. So 5 and 3 over 3 minus 1 and 2/3. That is equal, 5 minus 1 is 4, and then 3 minus 2 is 1 over 3. 4 and 1 over 3. Now let's convert this 4 of 1 over 3 back to mixed fraction, to improper fraction. It's going to be 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So 13 over 3. Denominator always stays the same. Numerator is the one that is changes. So b is equal 13 over 3. Therefore, our equation perpendicular is going to be y is equal, here is our slope, 5 over 3x, and plus our b, 13 over 3. Okay? And this is slope-intercept format. To write down this in the format of standard form, so let's see. Common denominator is 3 everywhere, right? Let me write down y is equal 5 over 3 x plus 13 over 3. Let me put in the frame that this is first answer. Second one, so common denominator is 3, which means here also 3 and 3. We drop 3, 3 and 3. We have left 3y is equal 5x plus 13. Standard form has to have x and y on one side. So 3y minus 5x is equal 13. That's all. Or from here you can move 13 on the other side, will be negative 13 is equal 5x minus 3y. So either way. This one is easier, I like it, but if answer won't take it, it should be then this one. I would recommend to put down this way because I saw it in this format, the answer. Put in this format, okay? How I got this. So let me go over one more time. I got it this way. 3y is equal 5x plus 13. This is this one I'm rewriting. 13. I'm moving 13 on this side, will be negative 13. And positive 3y moving on this side will be negative 3y. So 5x minus 3y. That's how I got it. And question number 20. It's gonna be very similar, same thing, almost. So we have points 2 and 8. And perpendicular to again 3x plus 5y equal 1. It's the same way, it just points are different. So we need to find y by itself. 5y is equal negative 3x plus 1. So divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. Y is equal negative 3 over 5x plus 1. Okay. One over 5. So this is going to be our first type of equation that is in the form of slope-intercept. Okay. All right. Now from here we need to find a perpendicular format, right? Find the equation with perpendicular to this equation. So if the slope is negative 3 over 5, then for perpendicular slope is going to be positive 5 over 3, yes? Okay. Now let's plug these points in the slope. So we get y, y is 8 is equal slope 5 over 3 times x. X is 2 and plus b. We need to find our b. So 8 is equal 5 times 2 is 10 over 3 plus b. So b is equal 8 minus 10 over 3. Let's solve it. 8 minus 10 over 3 is equal 8 minus 10 over 3 is a 3 and 1/3. How I got it? 10 divided by 3 is 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9, remainder is 1 over 3. 8 minus 3 and 1/3. So it's going to be, so since the denominator is 3, I'm writing down 7 and 3 over 3 minus 3 and 1/3. The answer is going to be 4 and 2/3. So b is equal 4 and 2/3, or even better, write down in the form of improper fraction, because that's what they want, improper fraction. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 over 3. Okay, 14 over 3. So from here we have, this is our b, and this is our slope. So what do we have? The equation of the line in slope and intercept form, it's going to be y is equal 5 over 3x plus 14 over 3. And this is going to be first answer. And now second one, we need to find the equation in the standard form. To get in the standard form, what we are doing, y is equal 5 over 3x plus 14 over 3. So common denominator is 3. Multiply also by 3. So we break down 3. We drop it 3 and 3 and 3. So that will be equal 3y is equal 5x plus 14. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to move 14 on this side. It's going to be and 3y on this side. So it's going to be 5x minus 3y is equal negative 14. And that will be your standard form of equation. Okay, I'm done. See you in my next video.